Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak. On the couch, we've got a great musical guest today. Kenny Truhn is here. Hello.
Hey, it's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes. We've been playing some of your studio tracks. If you want to dive in and play something for us, and then we'll come back and we'll
it'd be great.
Talk,
I would love to.
Dying to hear you play something.
Yeah, I'm dying to play some raw afternoon music right now. Before afternoon, the vocals. I'm still getting ready in the day. I didn't even have my coffee yet. So this is going to be a good one.
Is your voice deeper? This was a discussion on the show earlier. Is your voice deeper in the morning?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It takes me to I don't know, gigs after 4 are like my prime time spot.
Right.
But you might get some raw goodness right now because sometimes it's good to get that early morning voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want me to play something right now for you guys?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
This song's called The Cattle.
All right.
Okay. Get me off the ride. I don't know which way is up or down. I'd say if I'm alive, I haven't blinked 9 more than twice. That's all you seen. We're gonna take out of the cattle. Down and over now, I'll walk them to the gallows. The gallows, come on, let's meet me tonight. Cut your steak, bring a knife. I'm seeking. Get me off this thing. I can't control my thoughts. I just say if it's really me. When I don't feel a thing, really, so take a bite of the apple. They say, then you walk me through the garden. Let's meet someday tonight. Bring your body in some friction, 'cause I'm hard. High, but never low. We're getting high, but never low. We're getting high, never low. High, never low. Oh.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that.
Nice.
If you're just joining us, we have Kenny Truhn live in studio here. Jeff W. Cole, if I'm saying that correctly, says, get it, bud.
Jeffy.
Someone you know, obviously.
Yeah, I love him. That's my boy, Jeff.
Run Like Thieves in the chat room says, yeah, Kenny Truhn.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling us, if you want to say this again on air too, this was interesting, how you met Greg.
Yes.
From Run Like Thieves,
yes.
Greg Santini, the running drummer.
Yes, when I'm from Long Island, New York. Shout out Long Island, New York.
So you're a real New Yorker.
I'm a real New Yorker. I just went to TD Garden last night to see the Knicks lose to Boston.
Yeah.
So I've seen the Knicks come to Boston twice, 2 losses in a row, but we'll keep going on that. But Greg, when I moved up here, I found this app. It's like Tinder for musicians. It's called Vamper.
Uh-huh.
And I swiped right on Greg. He swiped right on me.
Aw.
And we matched, and it was great. We didn't go to dinner, but we played. He drove out to Troy, New York, actually, on my birthday of last year. And we played a show, and then after we played, he met my band members. He hadn't met them before the show. He met them after.
Yeah.
Which was great, but we had a great time, and Greg's the man. Greg fills in for whenever I play shows up here. Because most of my band members are in New York.
Yeah.
So, like, when I do stuff up here, Greg's my go-to guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a consistent topic on the show about how drummers always play with a lot of different people because drummers are in such high demand. Like, most of the drummers I meet, they're in like 10 different bands.
Oh, yeah. And plus, there's like so many singer-songwriters who need a drummer.
Right.
And bass players too. You need bass players. Those are hard to come by too. Sometimes
I play bass, and when I was
yes.
I don't play anymore. But when I was out and playing in bands, I was in like 4 bands at one point at one time.
Yeah. But when you say you don't play anymore, what does that mean? Like, you still could do it.
I still could. Yeah, I'm not active in the
You
scene.
didn't hit your head and was like, I don't remember how to play this thing.
That would be horrible.
That would be.
No, but although I haven't picked up a bass in a long time, but drummers. My theory about drummers is when if you want to be a drummer, when you go to have that conversation with your parents about, I want to play an instrument, but I want to play the drums.
Yeah.
Either the drums or the tuba is the other one that they're probably going to try to talk you out of.
Yeah, unless they got a good soundproof room in the house,
right,
or a dungeon or basement to throw you down there.
Right, exactly.
Hey, it's better to hear them making loud noise than doing other bad stuff. You know what I mean?
True.
So
that's true.
At least you know what they're doing.
Now, what brought you to this area? Because you're from Long Island. How long have you been here?
My parents have lived up here since maybe 2009 or 10.
Okay.
And I stayed in New York. I didn't go with them, but I would always visit New Hampshire. I loved it up here. And it got to a point where nothing was really happening for me in New York. It was very stressful, very expensive. Jobs weren't good. And I don't know. I come up here. I got a job with Live Nation immediately.
Yeah.
Being a stagehand and being around the music industry still.
Yeah.
And actually work also at the SNHU Arena. Shout out to the Bull Crew boys. So I'm still involved with music now, and it lets me do my music as well on top of that. It's just been great. I met the love of my life up here.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so that's pretty great. And I don't know, everything's just been good since I moved up here. And I'm living free, and I'm not dead yet. So
yes, so something's gone right.
Something has gone right. I'm swiping right, matching on Vamper. I have swiping right, matching on Tinder. I guess what other apps we got out there I can use?
Well, speaking of Greg, I think he's on the line. Greg, is that you?
Did Greg call in right now?
Yeah.
This is great.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hello. We were just talking about you.
Hi, Greg.
Well, I had to call him in because Kenny's my boy, and he is awesome. So.
That's awesome.
You did such a fantastic job just now. It was really great, Kenny.
Dude, thanks, Greg. We got to jam soon again, bub.
Absolutely. But I just want to give a shout out to you, Kenny, and also to Long Island, New York, where we both hail from. Kenny and I were also born in the same hospital. Oddly enough.
Oh, no kidding.
That's okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, we're from the same area. No, it's the same hospital.
Yeah.
Wow. It gets deeper.
It gets even deeper.
It gets deeper.
Wow. Well, very cool.
That's great.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, so I just want to say hello and shout out. And also, I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up for our show. We're actually doing a contest. Dan is the singer in Run Like Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
He is sponsored by Breedlove Guitars, and we're giving away a guitar and I'm putting it out all over social media on our YouTube channel. And basically what we're doing is asking people to cover acoustically one of our songs and post it.
Oh.
And then whoever we think is the coolest and the best will get a guitar.
Wow.
And we're going to announce the winner at our show January 7th, which I know you guys, Jen and Matt, are going to go to, and hopefully Kenny's going to go to too.
Well,
right?
I'm going to win that
come?
guitar, bro. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, listen, you're totally eligible to do it. So, but anyway,
I was about to say, am I even eligible for this?
But anyone's eligible, even Jenny. I think Jenny could do it too.
I know. No.
That's a great idea, though. That's a great concept. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a cool idea there.
It is.
Yeah. So,
it's going to be cool to hear.
But anyway,
different
I just wanted to say thanks, guys, and thanks again for having us on the other week. And Kenny, rock it out, buddy.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for calling in.
All right, Greg, and we will see you on January 7th.
Yes.
Absolutely. 6:00.
All right, we'll be there. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, you got it. Bye-bye. All right, the great Greg Santini, also known as the running drummer.
Yes,
from
the man likes to run.
From Run Like Thieves, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a drummer, you got to kind of have that endurance anyway.
Yeah, true.
You're flailing and the whole hour set or however long you're playing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the most physical instrument because you're using all your limbs. And I'm always impressed when I see singing drummers, which you don't see a lot, at least not on lead vocals. You don't see a lot of that. But
I love a good singing drummer. I think a good example of a singing drummer turned lead singer and turned their back on drums is the guy from 3 Doors Down. Did you know that he drummed on the first record?
Yeah, I didn't. I just assumed he still was.
I forget his name. I think it's Brad Arnold.
Okay.
I think so. But he was the drummer. But then when they blew up, he was like, I don't play drums anymore. I'm the singer.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always assumed
really?
he was still playing drums. Yeah.
No.
Oh, he wants to be out front.
Yeah. I actually did stagehand for their gig at Meadowbrook, and he's just the front guy now. He's been the front guy for a while. He abandoned that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, with the little Madonna mic.
Yeah.
I don't know why I called it Madonna mic, but you know what I mean. But I want to see some drummers that sing. So Greg, start singing more, all right? If you're still listening.
Even in bands that do have singing drummers, a lot of the time it's only like some songs they might sing on, like they'll split the lead singer duties.
Okay,
But I'm trying to think of a band where. See, I thought 3 Doors Down. I didn't realize he had abandoned the drums. I'm trying to think of a band where they have a singing drummer who sings who was also the lead singer for everything.
Do you know Anderson .Paak?
No.
He's a great artist who, him and the Free Nationals. He drums, raps, sings. He's incredible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, if you see his Tiny Desk concert,
yeah,
he's just like in the middle, like cutting it up, playing the drums flawlessly and just effortlessly.
Oh, wow.
He's really good. And if you want to go into like heavier drummers that do the Madonna mic, Seven Dust, do you remember that band?
Oh, vividly, of course,
so Morgan would do the like all the yells, and but he had the Madonna mic on. So
yeah.
I like that. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head right now, but they're out there. And if you're out there, hit up Matt, hit up me. Let's talk about it. Call us in.
Or there's bands like the
Don Henley.
Oh, yeah, but was he another one that just, I'm Don Henley, so I need to be...
Sort of. Because if you see the Eagles live, he'll play drums on some things, but then he'll come up front for others. Mm-hmm. And somebody else jumps in on the drums.
Or Levon from the band.
But he's another one who didn't sing on everything, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I can't think of an example where the drummer is the lead singer.
Full-time lead singer.
Yeah. Like in Genesis, Phil Collins, he would come up front. You know, he'd sing, he'd play drums on a few things, but he'd come up front. You know,
and then he was Genesis when Gabe's left.
Yeah,
and I love Peter Gabriel. He's like one of my favorites.
Yeah. You, by the way, so I didn't know this about you until somebody mentioned it in the chat room that you play multiple instruments, right?
Yeah, I play drums, bass, guitar, some piano.
Wow.
Sing, I rap, I make beat. I'm a producer.
Yeah.
I produce and engineer and mix all my records myself. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I went to audio school in 2004 in New York City. Learned everything I need to learn. And just so no one can tell me what to do, like what to do. Like I think I grew up in an era where I was just like a singer in a band for a while. People trying to tell me what to do, how to dress, signing a label with Capitol Records when I'm 21, and just dealing with all the behind the scenes stuff of like people telling you, oh, you got to do this, you got to write songs like this, you got to do. It's like I learned everything myself just so I could make my own world, make my own universe. Because I don't want to play in your world, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I honed my craft for about over 20 years now. So like, I love it.
And we're fortunate to live in a time where you can really do that, you know. Like
now it's even better for a situation like that. I own all my stuff. No one owns anything.
That's excellent.
Mine.
Yeah.
I don't like, because that's the thing with these deals. When you sign these deals, they're covering your recording costs, all this stuff. So I'm like taking a huge chunk of that away. Where it's just like, why don't you just pay for marketing or something? I don't know.
Right.
But even then, like Facebook ads these days, Instagram ads, I have like 1,300 followers, but my story only gets like 70 people seeing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they want you to pay money.
Right.
It's this whole thing where it's like the Wild Wild West where you got to figure out like new ways to do things. I kind of like it. It's fresh and
absolutely.
It's really cool.
Evan Hilsinger in the chat room says Kenny Truhn is the greatest.
Evan's my longest running band member, best friend.
Yeah.
From high school, we were in a band together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where he played guitar, I was singing.
Okay.
And then now he's my bass player, and I play guitar and sing. So it's kind of dope.
Now, is he back in New York? Or
he's in New York. He's listening in New York right now. Or he could. It's the weekend. He could be at his house in the Poconos.
So, how often do you play with the band? Because logistically, it must be a little bit of a challenge.
It is, but we're at a point where we like know each other very well. Like if we get like a little run, like if I travel to them and we're able to get a little run through for an hour or two before a show, that's good. Sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
But sometimes those shows are the best shows.
Yeah.
Because everyone practices by listening.
Right.
What songs are we gonna do? Here are the songs, and they'll be like, all right, we'll just show up and we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you practice too much, you peak already before you even get there. You're like, you do it great at the practice like 4 times, and then you go to the show and it's not. It's almost like saving that energy to just like.
No, that totally makes sense.
I firmly believe in that. And I like it loose.
Yeah.
But enough where there's a format throughout the show.
Yeah. Makes it more exciting. Yeah. I totally get that. Yeah. Do you want to play another song? I'm dying to hear another song.
Okay. I could play a new one that I just wrote with my lovely girlfriend's kids.
Now, how new? New as in no one has.
No one knows this song.
Really? Oh, very nice. We like the.
This is a
premieres.
World premiere on the radio, which they'll probably love.
We love it too. We love the world radio premieres around here.
Beatrix and Walter St. Pierre helped me write this song. They're in 2nd and 4th grade.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. So I'll try this one for them.
All right. Very nice.
Little rock turned into a human. He ate some grass and grew real tall. But then he went and had himself some Cheez-Its. He thought now, well, that is delicious. And they drove off into the sunset on an elephant. And they drove off into the sunset on an elephant. Elefante, 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 elefante. They drove into the sunset. And the man and the panda, they showed up to the party with some nachos and Doritos and some Fritos. And they went to the Knick game, but they lost to the Celtics. But it was okay, cause we had a great time. And we drove off into the sunset on an elephant. And we drove off into the sunset on an elephant. Elefante, elefante, elefante. And they drove off into the sunset on an elephant.
Very nice. What is it called?
That was awesome.
Elefante, I believe. I didn't write those lyrics. They were written by them.
The lyrics are relatable to me because I also enjoy Cheez-Its.
Yes. And think about being a rock.
Uh-huh.
You're a rock, and then you just exploded into a human.
Yeah.
You eat grass, you grow tall, but then you find Cheez-Its, and you're like, wow, this is way different than grass.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes.
It sounds pretty. Everyone can relate to it, I feel. It could be my next hit. I would love to send them to trade schools with the money from that song.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not college. We don't want to send them to college and have them in debt for like $50,000. We just want maybe a $10,000 debt.
Yes.
And a trade where they can make money, you know.
There you go. There you go.
I digress.
If you're just joining us, Kenny Truhn is here with us live in studio. Benjamin Belanger in the chat room says, get it.
Oh, Benny. That's awesome.
And JFAT is asking in the chat room, have you ever considered the possibility of extending the length of your beard?
To be honest, my beard has been huge before.
Yeah.
Jason covets beards.
Yeah. He's a beard guy.
It's been really big.
Yeah.
I actually cut my hair. Here, I'll show you. My hair is short right now, but my hair was super long.
Oh, really?
My beard was, I let it go at the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to cut it till this is over. And then it didn't end.
Right.
So, but
2 weeks.
I try to look a little more presentable these days, but
yeah.
Tell him I feel him on the beard. I loved my beard.
He has a large beard.
Yeah.
I could hide snacks in there for later. It was really good. It was Flavor Saver. That's what it was.
By the way, I'm curious if working at the SNU, do you know Michael Martineau, also known as Texas Mike?
Maybe. If he works, what does he do at the SNU?
I forget what he does there exactly. I mean, he's there for events. Do you remember what he
does do events, but I forget.
Something to do with concessions, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you may not have encountered him.
Maybe I've seen him, like around.
Yeah,
definitely.
Melanie said, "Yeah, right. All guys lie and say, regarding the beard, say it was huge."
I swear it was. You'll find some Google image somewhere of it.
We should play another studio track. We've already played a couple of them earlier in the show, but I'm curious to let's see. Is there we've got that. There's a song that you sent me that's from a live show. And then there's another studio track. I'll let you pick.
The other studio track is the single and video I've been promoting called "I Don't Think We're Ever Alone." Oh,
we should play that one then.
Yeah, let's do that.
And this is a great song. And can you tell us about it? Is there a story behind it?
During the pandemic, I was living in an apartment that turned into a squat because my landlord, we got served papers right before the pandemic happened where he hadn't been paying taxes on the house for years. And they were going to take it. And they were like, you guys shouldn't pay him anymore because, you know what I mean? So we were like, okay. But then the pandemic happened and we were just, the power went out. And then I had to steal power from the public library next door and the house next door. And then it was a whole thing.
Wow.
But I ended up getting out of there and finding a new place. But the place I moved into a week or two before, someone had overdosed in the house and they were trying to get someone else to move in.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me that. And so I was dealing with all weird spirits in the house that I moved in. So the song has a lot to do with the weirdness that was occurring at the new place that I moved into where someone had just recently died in the house.
What kind of weirdness was occurring?
Okay, so randomly I was on the deck and I was, I think I was smoking a cigarette or something, and all of a sudden there's a huge fire on on the deck. Like a
Really?
fire just happened.
Oh my God.
Out of nowhere, I had to put it out. And then a roommate of mine came out the bathroom with like blood on him, and he wasn't bleeding. It wasn't his blood.
Oh my God.
So a lot of things were happening.
Yeah.
And
jeez.
And yeah, so I feel like
that's intense.
I don't think we're ever alone was kind of, I'm like, yeah, maybe like, even if we pass on, like we're still here. And like, even if you feel like there's no one physically there with you, something's up.
Interesting.
Something's up.
All right. Well, let's give this a listen. Oh, by the way, Run Like Thieves in the chat room says, this song is one of my favorite Kenny Truhn songs.
Nice.
And Melanie says, why were they weird spirits? That sounds super judgmental. Well, you know, when there's blood and fire.
Yeah.
You have to tell her.
If they were cooking me like breakfast and like, you know, doing other things for me, like doing my laundry, I'd be like, this ghost is cool.
Right. A helpful ghost is nice. You know, that's the kind of ghost you want.
Yeah, but something strange was afoot at the Circle K, so to speak. You know what I mean?
It'd be nice if you could choose your ghost.
You can't. You definitely can't.
Well, let's give this a listen. So this is Kenny Truhn, and this is called I Don't Think We're Ever Alone, here on Matt Connarton Unleashed.
Just crept in through the door like a black cat in the shadows. Do you hear that? Do you smell that? I think something's burning. The blood was spilled, lives were lost. Spirits lurk within these walls. There's something weird going on. I don't think we're ever alone. 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 I don't think that we are ever alone. Fell off, the bulb was dead, like that mouse in the corner. Did you see that leg caught in a trap? No, I don't want to remember. The blood was spilled, lives were lost. Spirits live within these walls. There's something weird going on. I don't think we're ever alone. 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 I don't think that we are ever said. I don't think that we are ever said. I don't think that we are ever. I don't think that we are ever alone. I don't think we're ever alone. I don't think we're ever alone. I don't think we're ever alone. I don't think that we are ever alone.
Oh, that is cool. And that does have a spooky vibe. That is, I Don't Think We're Ever Alone. The great Kenny Truhn is here with us live in studio.
Yay, the great Kenny Truhn.
Yes,
I like the sound of that. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. By the way, Run Like Thieves in the chat room says, Greg from RLT says that as a retired FDNY fire marshal, Kenny's cigarette started that fire. Case closed.
I swear. I swear, though, because I was on the other side of the deck, and I was like, thinking, did I like Urkel. Did I do that?
Yeah.
But like literally, what I think happened, I want to clarify to the FDNY alumni out there.
Yes.
That it was a piece of broken mirror on the ground. Mm-hmm. Sun was hitting the mirror. I swear, this is what I came up with.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a weird ghost or something, or a killer ghost. But I was like, and there were like dried leaves hitting the. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Anything's possible.
Greg, can you run that through your FDNY machine? And tell me,
right?
If that's accurate or that's the thing that could happen.
And this is very nice. Nicole St. Pierre in the chat room says the kids are feeling very famous after hearing you play their song.
Yes, that's amazing. Hi, Bubs.
That's very nice. Very nice.
That's great. They think I'm famous. It's weird.
Well, you are now. You've got
yeah.
You get the Matt Connarton Unleashed bump.
Yeah, when we went to the Celtics game, little Walt was like, "Oh, but can we sit on the floor? Aren't you famous?" And I'm like, "Oh, maybe one day."
There are degrees to fame.
Yeah,
there are degrees.
100%. Well, shout out to them. I'm happy they're listening.
And who played slide on that song? You mentioned during
my dude Josh Honigman played mean brass slide on that last song.
Is he in your band or?
He is. He's in my band.
Okay.
We have like a usual suspects list in my band.
Yeah.
There's some altering parts. Like Greg will join the band for like New Hampshire dates when I'm not in New York. Yeah. Stuff like that. We have like sometimes Maggie will come in and play the sax whenever we get Maggie. Maggie had a kid, so Maggie is off for there a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it changes. So we have Josh Honigman right now on guitar and keys, Chris Pachanka on guitar, Evan Hilsinger on bass, and me on guitar and singing. And then drummers are hard to come by.
Exactly. What was because you play multiple instruments, what was your first instrument?
My first instrument was bass because I wanted to join Evan's band.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know how to play. I just loved music. I wanted to be in the band, and it was so cool that they had a band.
Yeah.
In ninth grade, so.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to do it.
That's what got you started.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I started maybe a little before that, where I borrowed my friend's bass to play in like a hardcore band.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah.
And we were called Savagery.
Yeah.
I can't forget this. Shout out to Nick Formont, Chris Suarez, and Vinny Roseboom. But we did that, and then I seriously did a band with Evan where I was playing bass.
Yeah.
But then I moved into the singer spot because we didn't have a singer. Or we did have a singer, but he didn't want to sing, or he was taking too long on doing the singing. Wouldn't sing in front of us, or like.
Oh well, that's a problem.
Yeah, and then we did me and Evan did a little demo of a song idea where we had those old laptop mics that were just on the computer.
Oh yes.
So he was in the room while I was down the hall singing loud, and it was like the same volume as. It was just ridiculous. But we did a demo like that where I sang, and that was like kind of when I was like, I think I'm gonna be the singer.
Interesting.
So that's how that worked out.
Did you take any vocal lessons, or are you self-taught with that?
I did when I had a record deal. The label got me a guy, Adrian Holtz, which I love that man. I don't know where he is this day, but it was in the Lower East Side, Manhattan, where I would go see him. The label was like, we need you to have a better voice, and you need to know, they're putting money into you. They want you to have that. But basically I don't know, his studying with him was pretty good. It was like, I haven't done it since, but it was the training I needed. Things I already knew and felt, but didn't really know how to I don't know, put them in a box and understand them.
Yeah.
So to speak, but I did have some vocal training.
Okay.
Like 21.
Yeah. We've got Kenny Truhn here. If you have any questions or anything at all for Kenny, 603-250-6007. The studio line is open, 603-250-6007. Can you talk more about your experience with being signed to a label? Because, well, for one thing, I'm a music industry nerd, and we talk about music industry stuff a lot on the show, and that's kind of a lot of our listener base is made up of people who either have experience in that or are active in the music industry in some way. And I'm curious to hear. I mean, it sounds like it ended with you feeling like you wanted to be able to do everything yourself and be really independent. But I'm curious to know more.
Pretty traumatic stuff, I guess, for me. It's like my PTSD stuff.
No kidding.
When I was like 20, because it's like the whole process of getting a deal was so weird. It was almost like you found a Craigslist ad for a producer looking for a hot new band. And this is like 2005. So we get a producer and a manager combo from Craigslist. Producer manager combo, and they're like kind of like grooming us in a way of like making us look a certain way and recording us.
Wait, just so I'm clear. So this combo, they were advertising in Craigslist?
On Craigslist. The drummer found it. I didn't find this at the time, but this is how it happened.
Okay.
So we got that. We worked with them for like a pretty long time. Like we got an investor. So I guess the manager and producer would record a demo for us, get an investor to pay for it, and then the manager used his contacts to shop it.
Yeah.
And it worked. We had Hollywood Records come out to see us, took us to dinner after we played the Continental in New York City. That was great. My mom got a whole school bus to bring everyone to the city from Long Island. So we packed the place out.
Cool.
Yeah, we knew what we're dealing with. We're having someone come see us and all that. And eventually, some of the record labels were okay, and I hit it off with the dude from Hollywood Records, Jason Jordan, a lot. And we didn't end up going with him. I think Breaking Benjamin was with him at the time, Hollywood Records. And we ended up getting flown out to California to meet with Jamie Feldman and Andy Slater for Capitol Records. Mm-hmm. So we had a audition for the Hall label.
Yeah.
So it was a cool moment for me and the guys in the band at that time, because we show and proved. Like the Hall label was like, let's make a record. We were just like,
wow.
Is this great? Like, I was the front man then. So when we did the performance, I off the stage, got in their faces, was doing like, you know what I mean? And I felt like it was a moment in time I'll never forget. You know what I mean? It was really great. Went to the Rainbow Room after LA, where it's all good. We're 21. And then comes in the other stuff where everyone now in the band thinks they know how to write the hit. I'm just the singer. Even though I play guitar and wrote a song, like I only wrote like 1 or 2 songs where they let me.
Okay.
The band, because the band all thinks they knew how to do everything.
Yeah.
They swamp me into auto-tune. I hate auto-tune. Mm-hmm. Just like things that were just really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it just was really, I couldn't express myself the way I wanted. I was odd man out on little tours we did where like I wasn't even being friends with them really. We weren't getting along.
Oh, wow.
It was just a lot of things. And
And for that to happen so early in all of this,
Yeah. I kiboshed it. I left.
Wow.
I walked away from it because it wasn't right. It didn't feel right. And there was like telling me what to wear, like the labels, like telling me to wear these like leather pants and like just like all this stuff where I'm just like they were riding the wave of like the emo wave in 05, 06.
Sure, yeah.
07. And I'm from there where a lot of that music came to, get some notoriety.
Right.
But like I always felt it was a little different, and I don't know. It gives me gave me a lot of grief for a lot of years because you want that as an artist. You want to be on a label. You want to, but then it's not cracked up to all, what I mean? And I we're okay on terms now, like with that band. We were all young. We didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, of course.
We were all needed to grow and learn. Mm-hmm. And it was just, I don't know, because I'm always trying to make it back to that mountain, but that mountain isn't where I want to go. But
right.
to some relevance. I want to get my music out to the masses, but it's weird in these times. You feel like when you post stuff, you're just in the clutter of everyone else's stuff where it'll get overlooked, or you have to pay to play.
Yeah.
You gotta pay. If you don't have the money, it won't talk for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just interesting to me. But that whole dealing with the major label was a pretty interesting time.
When you walked away, I mean, did they try to get you to stay? Did the label put any pressure on you to stay, or how did?
No, because we were signed to the producer manager who signed to the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You're like not even. You're like the puppet in that aspect. And like you don't control anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it becomes like I don't even know at this point. But
Wow.
Yeah.
Did the band try to continue without you? Do you know?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I felt like they used all the same contacts that they had, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be involved anymore.
Right.
They went on, they did a band for a while, and now they're not a band. Like most bands. You're a band till you're not a band.
Right.
But I've never stopped. I will say this, I've been continuing my journey. It's my journey, so it's different from everyone else, it's different from theirs. And I kind of like where I've gone. I've gone to weird places. We haven't even touched upon this, but I have different aliases and characters in different genres of music that I do.
Okay.
I have an R&B character named Kenneth Wood.
Oh, yes, I found Kenneth Wood online.
See, that's me.
Okay.
You didn't know because I was wearing glasses. I was a little more suave looking there.
Yeah.
But I also have a rap alias, Snotty Nose.
Okay.
And I'm in a post-metal band called As Dark As You.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, like I built like my own world of genres of music. Like it's my own label.
Yeah.
Of my own.
Wow.
Call that weird or narcissistic or anything, but it's my world that I created, and
that's cool.
I really enjoy it. And that's what I put my life's passion into.
Yeah. Do they? Is there sort of a hierarchy in your mind in terms of priorities?
I keep it loose.
Yeah.
I know when it's time to do. It's weird. I know when it's time to like go into one of the other characters.
Yeah.
And do or like because I also like to switch it up in music because it keeps it fun that way.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
And I have total control of my own stuff, so it's really good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, Kenny Truhn is here. Melanie in the chat room does have a question. She says, are you still in the haunted apartment? But obviously
that was in New York.
Back in New York.
That was in Patchogue, New York. I don't know if you guys know where Patchogue is.
Patchogue?
But a fun fact, Billy Idol lived in Patchogue when he came from I think England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he moved to Long Island in Patchogue. Very random fact.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Do you want to, while we have some time left, do you want to play another live song for us?
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Would love to hear more live. Again, if you're just joining us, we have Kenny Truhn live in studio here on the program. We'll get that other mic up there. There we go.
Okay, this song's called Mark My Words.
All right.
How many days are in a week if you could never sleep? Oh, how will I ever get to Sunday school on time? Well, all I know is that the bus stops right outside of my house. It takes me out and about, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that I can occupy my life just fine. I'm alive, come to think of it. Mark my words, mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day when we believe in more than just miracles. More than just miracles. Mark my words and mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day when we believe in more than just miracles. How many people do we meet in our short existence? Well, I lost count about 38 some odd years ago. And all I know is that the bus stops right outside my house. It takes me out and about, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that I can occupy my life just fine. I'm alive, come to think of it. Mark my words and mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day when we believe in more than just miracles. More than just miracles. Mark my words and mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day when we believe. Well, we believe. How will I ever get to Sunday school on time if I never sleep at night? If I never sleep, how will I ever get to Sunday school on time? Time. Mark my words, mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day we believe in more than just miracles. More than just miracles. Mark my words and mark your calendar. Well, the day is the day. Today is the day.
Oh my God, what a great song.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I love that.
All your songs are awesome.
That's
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
What's the name of that again?
That song's called Mark My Words.
Okay. Now, is that is that out? Is that available?
That's on my first solo album, No Longer Scared, which is out on all platforms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really
One
good.
of the first not first, but like one of the earlier songs I've written.
Okay.
Like 2009, maybe I wrote it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really good.
Thank you, man.
That is really good.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We have Kenny Truhn with us live in studio. Is everything else like are these, as you described it, these different characters they have in music? Are they all easy to find online for people who want to explore?
They're on all the platforms.
Yeah.
It's if you go to my Instagram, Kenny Truhn Music.
Yeah.
The link tree has everything. So you can it's like a treasure trove of like, what is this? Is this the same person? Like, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I want people to find my music that way and just like keep digging and be like, wait, what is this?
Right.
What is this?
Right.
I already found it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
I found the link tree and I have been sharing it. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I just came out with, I did a merch drop with T Public. I don't know if you guys heard of that website, but I got a lot of cool merch on my link tree that I just came out with. This is one of them. This is my album cover.
Oh.
To most of the songs you played on the radio today.
Oh, okay.
It's called Mangosteen.
Okay.
Nice.
And so if you guys want to check out Mangosteen, most of the songs that Matt played today were on that album.
Outstanding. Yeah. We're going to, in a couple of minutes, we're going to close out with I've Got My Thumb Out, this live. Now, where was this recorded?
This was recorded at my drummer's recording studio at the Coop, live at the Coop Studios in Irvington, New York.
Oh, okay.
And we did it on my birthday. I drove down to New York for my friend Sue's wedding. Shout out to Sue and Danielle. And then the next day we went to Irvington and I hired a videographer and we did a live in studio thing. And this song is actually improvised. Like,
oh, no kidding.
We got in the room and did it. We were starting to do it and then I was like, wait, let's wait till the camera's on and then let's really do it. Because you don't want to give it waste the energy, you know what I mean?
Right, of course.
So once we caught ourselves, we waited till the camera guy was done and then we like started into that idea we did. And what you're about to hear is that all improvised.
Excellent. Yeah. And before we do that too, where should people go online? Where's the best place to go for people to keep up with everything that you're doing?
I would on Facebook, Kenny Truhn, or Instagram, Kenny Truhn Music. That's the two most important hubs to find all my music. YouTube, just look up Kenny Truhn. I got a channel on there, a ton of videos. And yeah.
And you have an unusual last name, so it's easy to find you.
Yeah, Truhn.
Yes.
Which Matt has successfully said my name the whole time without knowing, which is great.
Yeah. I was asking, listeners won't know this, but I was asking you off air earlier. Am I saying your last name correctly? And it turned out I got it right.
Yep.
So I was very happy about that.
He was obsessing over it, actually.
Yeah,
he was talking about it this morning before we left.
Like, I hope I'm saying
I
this
hope
name.
I'm saying
I mean,
it
you
right.
don't want to say it wrong like a bunch of times. I'm like, oh man, I just said it wrong.
Right.
Like 8 times before.
Does anybody ever misspell it? Like, have you ever seen it misspelled, like on a poster for a show or something?
Yes. I've seen, because if they've heard my name and they try to write it, I've seen it written Trune.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because they're like Truhn, like prune.
Right.
And I'm like.
And this is Kenny Truhn. Kenny, thank you again so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And check this out. And we'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Lost out there somewhere in the universe. Don't you see that I got my thumb out in this universe? Yeah. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm sure I'll get there fast. Safe and sound, with my thumb out in a universe, get lost in this universe, get lost in the universe, with my thumb out. But somehow this universe somewhere, a universe. Don't you see that I got my thumb out? I got my thumb out. This universe. Won't you pick me up, 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 pick me up.